Oh boy, that music is too black for me. It just does not set the right tone. I mean, Megan did give a nice, appropriately ethnic lilt to my name. My name's Angel Castillo. I am Latino, but clearly packaged in a way to be non-threatening and appealing to white people. I'm basically a human Chipotle. That's what I am. I'm Cuban. We're like the safe middle-class Latino. Like, we're the Latinos that can afford to be Republican. That's what we are. I mean, like, Latinos, Cubans, we love to pretend that we're like the poor, beleaguered Latinos like everybody else in this country, but like, half of us are just rich people who left because they didn't want Castro to take our shit. And then they want to come here and be like, oh yes, I'm a poor immigrant. Like, I have family who loves to tell me stories like, Angelito, when I came to this country, I only had the shirt on my back until the rest of my luggage came down the airport. Like, I don't, when I went to college, you know, they had like a Latino student orientation, and all of the students were asked to like share their experiences, and they had like harrowing shit in their backgrounds. They would be like, well, I'm the first person in my family to go to college. I'm the first person in my family to know how to read. I'm the first person in my family to have eyeballs. And then they would get to me and they'd be like, Angel, what's your story of growing up Latino in America? Sometimes on Tuesday, the pool boy would be late and our pool water would get murky. I swear if we were white, he'd come on time. I studied abroad in college, because again, we could afford to be Republican. I studied in China when I was in college, and when I was in Beijing, my girlfriend at the time visited me. And we had a pregnancy scare, because it turns out Chinese condoms work about as well as Chinese everything else. Guys, do you want to know what it's like to try and find Plan B in a country that doesn't even use the alphabet? Yeah, they'd be like, hey, do you have a Plan Fire Goat or something?
Oh my God.
What we ended up doing was we walked into a pharmacy with an open dictionary and just pointed to the word contraception, hoping that somebody would help us. Which I think has to be the first time anyone's seen that confused tourist. The one who's like, hey, excuse me, how is Killer Baby? Do you know? I speak Mandarin fluently. And in the US, it's always interesting to see how Chinese people react to hearing me speak Chinese. I walked into a restaurant once, and I heard that the whole staff was speaking to each other in Mandarin. And I thought, sweet, I got this. So I walk up to the counter, and like right off the bat, I was like, hey, 你好，您怎么样？请来一份麻婆豆腐. And then everybody just went dead silent. Like a wave of panic washed over the staff as they realized that everything they were saying for the last 5 minutes I could understand. Which, like, I get it. If you worked a shitty food service job and you could just take for granted that none of your customers knew what you were saying, what kind of things would you just say without thinking at all? Like, oh my God, I'm so hungover. I didn't wash my hands before touching his fried rice, I'll never know. Like, I wasn't eavesdropping on what they were saying, but I felt like in that moment I was given a power that I should use. Like, I wanted to go to that restaurant's Yelp page and leave a review. Like, yeah, the food was good, but that busboy's got to take his brother to rehab. It sounds like he's got a real problem. Of course, there are many different dialects of Chinese, so I can't always speak the same one in every restaurant I go into. Like, for example, you know, if I go into a Mandarin restaurant, I can say, 我要一盘牛肉. But if I go into a Cantonese restaurant, I have to say, 我要一盘老肉. If I go into a Panda Express, it's, hola Pedro, yo quiero una porción de chocolate. Now guys, if you've ever wondered, how do you write a joke that nobody can steal? Or speak Chinese, Spanish. How many different languages? I don't know. How do you also humble brag and still not sound humble? You write that dumbass joke. Let's see. I'm got some good news, guys. I'm back on antidepressants. How about that shit? I'm on. Actually, I got my meds changed up a little bit. I am currently on Celexa. Anybody in the house for Celexa? Woo! SSRIs, guys.
Yeah.
No. See. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Let's destigmatize this shit. Cheer for that. Good. I appreciate the yeah. Let's be frank about it. I used to be on Wellbutrin. And Wellbutrin didn't work very well for me. It sort of made my anxiety worse. But every time that I said that to people, every time I would say that to my therapist, actually, they would always say, well, Wellbutrin's one of the few antidepressants that doesn't have sexual side effects. Which basically sounded like a medical professional saying to me, yeah, hey, I know you want to die, but how you gonna get that dick wet, bro? I feel like antidepressants should have sexual side effects. I've just proved that my genes are not fit to succeed. Should I really be leaving like a strain of depressed descendants? So Celexa is working really good for me. It does have one side effect, which is not that I can't get it up, but that it takes me a while to finish. Which isn't so much of a side effect as a gift. Like, how do you even list that as a side effect on the bottle? Like, caution, you may actually satisfy a woman for once. All right, guys, you've been lovely. My name is Ito Castillo. Thank you. For me,